Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome. Another episode of Crypto Breakfast Club. We got a bunch of sponsors in the house today. We got Solbay AI in here. Shout out to them. Bitcoin on Base down there. Of course, a long-term sponsor, so we'll hear from them later. Paw Chain. Shout out to Paw Chain. And then Algorand coming in next month. Super pumped about that. And then Crypto.com, long-term partner with us as well. So today I wanted to get into Crypto 2025 predictions. Have fun with this. Of course, we don't know exactly where things are going to go, but it's fun to think about, fun to talk about targets, talk about, how high things could go. So you guys see some tickers up there: XRP, HBAR, SHIB, ETH, AVAX, Link, ONDO, DOGE. Of course, we'll get into a conversation of kind of what's undervalued right now, from the top 100. But one thing I was talking about, I think yesterday or the day before, I think this bull run is a little bit different than previous bull runs, especially the last one, right? The last one was driven by retail. And I think this one's being driven by institutions. The institutions are really driving this bull run forward. So one of the things that I'm looking at is, what are the institutions buying? What are they stacking? And I think retail, eventually will kick off a little bit. But I think if we're looking at this holistically, like what drove prices higher to this point, it's been institutional demand. And I think, we got to pay close attention to what the next ETFs are going to be, and I think we'll get into a bigger conversation about that. I think that can really cause some good debate as well. And yeah, just happy to have everybody here. Make sure you guys share the room. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Let's fire it up and let's get into it, man. So market's up today. Love to see it. Jay Powell took the stage yesterday. And, basically what we needed out of Jay Powell yesterday was basically to say a bunch of nothing. That's kind of what happened, and yesterday was kind of a day like that. The expectation was that they weren't going to do much of anything. It's pretty much what happened. He didn't say anything that, tanked the market, and the market responded well to it. And it's funny, though, because Trump is urging them to start cutting interest rates. So we'll see how that plays out in due time here over these next few months and these next couple meetings from the Fed. But yeah, market looks really, really good, man. ONDO's pumping. Love to see that, of course. And we've got a bunch of cryptos making some noise. Fart coin back up to 1.2 billion. I know Matt would be happy about that. I'm sure Butthole's pumping on the back of Fart coin. Oh my God, isn't it crazy? Litecoin's up 17%. They're back to 10 billion. Litecoin ETFs. A lot of rumors swirling about that. I know Litecoin's not sexy, but this could be an institutional play, to my point there earlier. XCN. This is that Onyx coin. It pumped like crazy, took a big nosedive, and it's pumping again. It's still up 190% in the last 7 days. So that's one we could talk a little bit about. ONDO is at a $5 billion market cap again. ONDO's up to 160 right now, up 14%. How about SWE back up comfortably over $4? Love to see it. Of course, the my top meme coin play on SWE is Lofi. They're up 60% today. Love to see that as well. Jasmine making some noise, pumping a little bit. Caspa's up 10+% today as well. Wolfswap, can you mute your mic? Yeah, well, mute your mic. There you go. So, yeah, that kind of threw me off. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, Zach, what's going on, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, dude?
No, I had to fucking unmute the live stream. I always forget that. And I'm thinking some people are just hearing dead air all the time. But yeah, man, I'm still sick as fuck. I can't seem to kick this goddamn cold, but it doesn't matter. Crypto's booming. We're all going to make it. Banks are opening the floodgates to heaven for us. So that's what I'm loving. Let me just say one thing. Jelly my jelly. Jelly my jelly. Dude, I traded that thing last night for fun. That shit was going
So,
parabolic.
so what's the backstory here? This is Solana, the founder or whatever,
No, this
launched
is
it, or
Venmo guys.
the Venmo guys.
That's
Okay.
huge because they are just a network of money going from point A to point B, just like crypto. So obviously they got something, but yeah, I think they did a live stream with some of the Solana guys and a bunch of people. I mean, jelly my jelly. Come on, it's hilarious. You know,
It's fucking hilarious.
it's so funny. I'm
So my
thinking
buddy,
about just launching Satoshi Kusama 2.0 on Solana just to make it do better than the original one.
dude, I sounded off today, Zach, on a SHIB video. I'm gonna get some hate. It's up on YouTube.
Oh, I gotta watch this after. Dude,
yeah,
it's crazy.
I think we need a SHIB space, man. It's getting, and we can talk about it today. I mean, it's getting ridiculous, man. I'm getting pretty pissed off, and you know what? I'm to the point where we got to talk about it, you know. And here's the thing, man. SHIB literally built my YouTube channel years ago, and it was one of my first investments. You know, I got into Dogecoin. My next big win was SHIB. But what's been happening here with the SHIB ecosystem, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just money grab after money grab. It's frustrating, man, and it sucks because when things were simpler, it was so much better.
Well, it's funny.
And now it's just things are going in 10,000 different fucking directions. You know, you've got the official account talking about a fucking scam coin.
Twice.
You've got the treat launch was a fucking disaster. I mean, it is. It was. It was a fucking disaster. We waited for how long for that, and it was a disaster. Now, do I think SHIB's dead? No, it's still a top 20 crypto. It's probably going to pump. You know, it'll pump when Ethereum pumps, but there's just a lot of different plays out there now. There's a lot of competition. You're not the only thing in town, and you know, you're losing people's trust right now. And I put a post out on X, actually. Here, look at the responses to this. I'm going to post it up in the nest. I put this out last night before I went to bed, and it's getting a ton of traction. I said, what does SHIB need right now more than anything? Talk to me, SHIB Army. It's got 17K impressions, but just all you got to do is look at what people are saying.
Let me see.
Look at what people are saying on here. And I mean, you'll get an idea. And literally, I used this in the video, and I just said, hey, listen, I put the question out. I'm just reporting on what people, you know, what's the pulse right now. And this ain't just me, right? And people will say I'm a fudder and this and that. Okay. Guys, I have a bag of SHIB. So you want to say I'm fudding my own bag, go fucking at it. Go ahead. But, you know, it's frustrating, man. Because just simplify it, man. Just do one thing good. Why are you trying to do fucking 10,000 different things? You try to do 10,000 things. You know how many things you do good? 0.
I agree.
Because you're delegating, you're giving 10% over here, 5% over here, 15% over here. Everything gets watered down, and you got nothing to show for it.
I agree, Zach. Hey, I'm trying to get. I made a space for Friday for my Shell Shack featuring Satoshi Kusama. We'll see if he shows up because I got some questions. I guarantee he won't, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions. But you know, the difference is SHIB is SHIB, right? SHIB is not the actual token. Shiba Inu is not really being used for anything. So it really doesn't. I don't see it. Honestly, it's a top crypto right now, but down the line, like I really did some research last night. I pulled a Mutasco. I was laying in bed. I was doing some deep diving into different blockchains and stuff. And I come to the realization that some of these meme coins are not going to last. They're just not going to. And what I think is going to take over in 5 to 7 years is going to be AI blockchains. Literally fast networking, don't need humans, that kind of stuff. I see that being 2030. I think it's still too early for that. People don't really grasp the fact of that. But I think AI stuff's going to take over a lot of stuff, make things very easy and cheap. And what we think is hot now is just not going to be hot. And that I think that goes with meme coins too. There'll always be a section for meme coins. That is the fun degen side. A lot of people just want to gamble, really put money in. Hopefully they make, you know, a couple $1,000 and get out and go to the next one. There'll always be a market for that. But when it comes to blockchains and stuff, I see a lot of layer ones going to creep up that are very fast, cheap, no bridging, that kind of stuff to make it really seamless and easy for people. Those are going to be the real winners. And we can just see it by Solana. I know people hate me. I said buy Solana a long time ago. But I'm just a realist guy, you know. I'm a crypto maxi, not a chain maxi anymore. I was before. I still think Ethereum's going to do well, but I feel like there's going to be a hidden blockchain that's probably not out yet that will flip Ethereum. Honestly, I think down the line, people are going to get fed up with high gas fees if he doesn't do anything and him selling on everyone. And it just is what it is. We can see what it's doing with, you know, Sui, Solana. There's a lot of right now. So you want to talk about meme coins? Solana is the meme coin change. I don't care if people rug all that kind of stuff. It's just, it is what it is. It's fast over there. It's cheap and it's fun. People still want to have fun. There's so much serious shit going on, but I agree with you with the whole SHIB thing, man. It's like too many fucking tokens. Just take one fucking token and make it do everything. I don't understand it, and that's why I want to have questions with SHIB.
You know,
I know he's not going to do it. I know he's not going to.
Here's the other thing, bro. Okay, so you look at Pepe. Pepe, to this point, they've just chose to do nothing but be a meme, which is cool. You could do that. Cool. Works, right?
Right.
SHIB burst on the scene, and they're trying to do everything. It's like, do something. If you want to create this real utility, like focus in on one thing and do it really fucking well. Like, why are you trying to delegate all these? Like, okay, you've got Bone and Leash, and you've got Treat, and we're gonna do a metaverse, and we're gonna do wellies, and we're gonna have burgers, and we're gonna fucking, oh my gosh, we're gonna do Travala, and oh Jesus, we're gonna do this and that, and oh, we're gonna change the world. It's like, no, you're not. Like, just
Right.
My thing early on, bro. Early on, I just said, you know what, the best opportunity they could do, and I thought they were gonna do it. I thought they were on this path. When they fucking hired the guy from Activision, what the hell's his name? I met the guy, William Volk. Good guy. You know, and when they hired William Volk from Activision and they were going to go into the gaming space, dude, with that capital, okay, with your community, go be the best gaming platform on the fucking market. Go fucking do it.
Right. I agree, but
go and just hone in on that thing. Because just make the switch. We went from meme coin to gaming ecosystem. Boom. There's your utility. Like, what are you doing? I mean, listen.
Well, the difference.
I'm going off today. It is what it is, and I don't really care. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really care because people are gonna say whatever, FUD me. Listen, I'm just being real, okay? I'm one of the real ones when it comes to YouTubers because all these YouTubers will sit there and say that SHIB's gonna go to a penny and XRP is gonna go to 1,000. Fuck off. You know, I'm giving it to you real. All right.
So true.
And the real shit is they fucked up.
You know why they fucked up? They fucked up by not using SHIB the token for anything.
Yeah.
That's where, but you know, you don't have control over that. That's the problem. That's why SHIB is because there's no control. Because if they want to, they just buy up raise a bunch of fucking.
And just be a meme coin, dude. Just have fun with it. Just be a meme coin. Don't do anything. You don't have to do anything. Just do it. Do what Pepe's doing. Don't do nothing. Have fun. Make memes.
Right. We do it.
Like, why is there all this leadership and you know, what the fuck was the other thing? Oh, you're part of there was all these like groups and that, you know, yeah, we're the fucking, you know what I'm talking about. What the hell was that? They had all these like groups of people and doing this and doing that. It's like, bro, you're trying to do too much.
That's what it is.
Just have fun, man. Like, just come on.
Yeah, but it's a little, listen, the energy that's coming out right now, I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell this right to everyone's fucking face. I don't care. The energy that's coming out right now should have been when Shibarium was dropped. But no, everyone was hiding for fucking 2 years. Like, it's a little too late, in my opinion. Like, you can't come out now at the end and try to go crazy and promote it. You got to do it when it's launched. Think of like what Podchain's doing. And there's no, I don't want to bring them into it, but I'm just watching how people move. And when you're releasing stuff, that's when you go promote it. You don't wait 2 years because in crypto, even 2 months is too long. You know what I mean? Things move so fast that you have to come out and really push things when it's being launched. Like Toronto, that would have been the ultimate fucking time to launch Treat. You know, the hype around all that? No, but you wait forever. Like, it's just launching a token. I can fucking do it in 5 seconds right now on the space that I can launch a token. What is the need to wait so long? I just don't get it. And it's really aggravating me. And I know how you feel, Zach. It's like no one needs 4 fucking tokens. Just take 1 token and make it great. I mean, what are you trying to do? Fucking steal everyone's money? What the fuck are we doing here? And that's me, you know, New England ways. I just call it how I see it. Really is. And I'd love for him to come on my Space Friday, but he probably won't show up because probably doesn't want to answer my questions. And
dude, the SHIB on Solana thing.
Oh, dude. Now it's a
that's
game.
just that's not even bad. I mean, that's just wrong.
That's CTO or something. I guess he burned some supply, but you know, everyone ragged on me for fucking doing Solana and stuff. Now, in that you just saw my post. I did Ryoshi's vision and result was Solana as a joke. I don't think people liked it, but I thought it was funny. But it's hilarious. Like you got to push, and not even that. Like I've been really pushing to help push the projects on chain, but the top of the people will only push what their hand is in, and unfortunately, it is what it is. And I don't care. They can call me out. I'll go. You know, I got nothing but time to fight with everyone, so I can do it. But it's just ridiculous when you launch 4 tokens and none of them are super epic. Just take one. Like they could have just ran with Bone. It had utility. They could do everything they need to do with just Bone. You know what I mean? I know they can't do a SHIB because they don't own it. You need to control this. All right, this space is about control. You want things, you need to control the supply. And they don't own SHIB. They own Bone. They own Leash. They own those tokens. So I understand it, but they should just stop with fucking Bone. It has a great utility. And just push that.
The other thing too, I question the whole Shibarium thing. Okay, you got to ask yourself, people who bought Shiba Inu, it's a fucking meme coin. People who bought Shiba Inu, do you think what's their incentive to go use Shibarium and to go farm and go do all this stuff? And it's like, people just want to buy a meme coin and watch number go up, guys. I mean, it's not real fucking hard, it's just gotten so convoluted and different things. They're trying to do all this. I mean, it's, I don't know, man. It's frustrating. But here's the, if you're going to come out with utility, if you're going to do something with it, just do one thing and focus on that one thing. Go hire a bunch of people in that one thing. And to me, gaming was the play. And maybe it will be. There's still time. I mean, there's still a top 20 crypto. They still have time to figure it out, but it's frustrating for sure.
But Zach, it's completely, this is where people get twisted. It's not Shiba Inu. It's just not Shiba Inu. If it was, it would be using the token. It's Bone, Leash. It's that stuff. They're literally using the name of SHIB to make it famous.
Yeah.
I mean, really, unless he is Ryoshi and is just using an alt account for fun to blame someone else. But, I don't really know. I just say how it is. I don't really care. But my whole thing.
And by the way,
yep,
guys, we're voicing our frustrations because we give a shit. I mean, because again, I was an early investor to SHIB. If I didn't care, I would just
not talk.
Or I would just make videos on YouTube. SHIB's going to the moon, guys. Don't worry. Everything's good. No, I haven't made a SHIB video in 2 weeks because I'm sitting there what the fuck's going on here? And finally, I just woke up today and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna say it.
And I'm in the background with a bunch of projects and stuff. And literally, this is what happens. No one's helping each other. It's sad. Everyone should be.
That's what's happened. You've got a fractured community now. That's really, you're right. I mean, you've got pockets of people over here with their agenda. You got pockets of people over here with their agenda. And when things were moving in the right direction, everybody had one common goal. Everybody was doing it for one reason, and it was to move SHIB and to get SHIB in front of the faces of potentially new investors. I mean, and now it's just these people over here got this token and they're trying to incentivize. I mean, I'm just going to tell you straight up, dude. That the whole K9 thing, and I get it. Liquid staking, there's value there. Because you launch Shibarium, you launch K9 and liquid staking. That's what Lido DAO does for Ethereum. Same thing. Okay, cool. Dude, I got absolutely fucking manhandled and wrecked on that launch. And I was a private investor.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say, anything. I'm not going to, that's not me to call people out or anything like that. I'm just telling you, there was a way to handle that and it wasn't that way. Okay. And it frustrates you, and because you want to see it do well. You want to contribute. You want to, you know, I don't know, man.
But listen, but also Zach, is they only promote the big top projects. They don't help the little guy, which I think is a huge fucking problem when you own the goddamn chain. Like, you got to help the little projects. It's the little projects that keep everything running. It's not just the one big guy like K9. Yeah, they did great. Yeah. Like, that's cool and all, but I don't see any promotion of any other projects sitting, waiting in the back. You know what I mean? Frustrated, pissed off that now that, you know, it's all about Solana launches here and there. And I know the main SHIB account was owned by a different guy than Shytoshi. They took away his SHIB stripe off that. So there's a lot of beef out there. But then again, like, you know, just help. This shit should have been done 2 years ago, if you ask me. Like, when the time is hot and things are moving and people are excited, you got to go out and push. You can't wait until things die down and then go, okay, I think it's time to promote it. It's like too late. Do you know what I mean? And I feel bad for a lot of these projects. And they go after me. I'm probably the bad guy in SHIB, but I don't care. I just say how it is. And I feel bad. Like, I try to get a lot of these projects trending and stuff, but no one will even reach out to me. I said, I'll even do it for free. Fucking crickets. It boggles my mind. And I'm like, come on, we can help push you guys. But for some reason, these projects don't want other people. They don't want other investors looking at other projects. And I think that's completely backwards. They should all be helping each other. And that's where the brokenness I see is on chain is there's no help from smaller projects. There's no help from the top. It's only pushing their narrative, their big tokens. I mean, and any fucking new project is like a new launch. And it's like, I think people are just getting fed up with it. And I get you need projects on chain to move and move and move, but you also got to help the small guy. And I always root for the underdog and always will. But I agree with you. I mean, just use it. I think they need to integrate Shiba Inu, the actual fucking token, more. If they do that, maybe they can fix a lot of these issues, because I know there's a lot of pissed off SHIB people. You know what I mean? And people.
Hey, you know what though? I mean, the great thing is we got a lot of great things happening in crypto. You can't dwell on shit.
No.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. And the thing is, for people like us, man, there's so many opportunities out there. You know, it's frustrating, yes, and we can talk about it a little bit and all that, but I you know, I'm going off right now, but guys, I'm not losing sleep over it. I mean, don't get it twisted. There's so many different things to focus on. Bitcoin just hit $106,000. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're good. I mean, we're in a great spot. We got some great sponsors up here. We got Soul Bay. We got Bitcoin on Base down there. Shout out to X Viral. We've been on some calls with them. They're building some cool stuff. We're trying to maybe link up with them. I see them down there. Coin Merge is here. They do some great stuff in the space. Let's keep moving this ball forward.
Yeah, definitely. I guess my point, Zach, is I think things are going to move in the next 5 to 7 years. What we think is hot is probably won't be, and there'll be new technology that overrides a lot of the stuff that we think is hot now. And I do see that coming. And by that, I mean like gaming aspect, RWAs, and AI blockchain. I think that's going to be the icing on the cake for this space. Yeah, but yeah, we'll move forward, man. Awesome.
Mar, what's up, bro? Pate, I didn't forget about you, but I know.
No, you forgot. It's okay. Go ahead. Go, Mar. Go ahead.
We don't want to hear about Cardano at $1, Pate. I'm sorry, bro.
Zach, let me tell you, man, 2 conversations that you came up with, the SHIB and how this bull market is shaping up. Well, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Right now I'm in a bad mood because I did not get my 5090 GTX. I was in line in Best Buy 3 fucking times, and all 3 times the bots beat me to it. It is what it is. I'm not going to cry like a little baby missing out on the Nintendo and Christmas. But the one thing I do want to wake you guys up is look at the layer 2 blockchain, Arbitrum. Okay? Layer 2s, their gas fees comes from Ethereum. You know, they got to use Ethereum. And this is for the audience to understand what's going on here. But Arbitrum decided to come up with their own token. One token, that's it. It has sucked balls because they keep fucking unlocking coins after coins after coins. The market cap goes higher, but the price goes down with Arbitrum. And then you got a layer 2 on Ethereum, like Base, you know. Base, everyone wants the token. Everyone, the bone, the SHIB, whatever it is, they want their token. But Base doesn't do it because they're like, we're a layer 2, and the real utility, it's in the gas token, in the gas coin, and we're on Ethereum. We can't use our token as gas, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Shibarium sucks. I've said it always. They have nothing. The team sucks. You could even see that little window, and not to get Paul Chain involved, but fuck it, I'm gonna go out and say it. They lost a lot of great devs to Paul and to other places because they're all over the place, man. They don't communicate. I don't know what the hell's going on. It could have been a nice layer 2, and all these tokens that are coming out. You're 100% right, man. Like, they should have Bone. They couldn't have called the token SHIB because then it was going to be confusing as hell. But they should have Bone and built around Bone, and use SHIB for marketing, even though they have nothing to do with SHIB. They just took the name Shibarian. That's it. But SHIB doesn't do nothing for them because SHIB, it's a token on Ethereum. So they could have had, I don't know, buy the rights, whatever they could have done. They couldn't do nothing with SHIB. And yeah, it was a great idea. It has sucked. The metaverse, we're still waiting for that metaverse. I actually invested a little bit on Bone at one time and did some money, but at the end, man, they haven't done well. They just, and I don't want to say it's a scam, but when you got all these, you're always gonna build hype on new releases. You understand? And and what happens is every time they come out with a token, they're gonna get the little pump. And I lost already count, man. I don't even know how many tokens that layer 2, that layer 2 has more tokens than a layer 1. That it makes no sense, man. It just makes no sense. I feel like they're all over the place. They don't know what's going. It's it's strange, man. And I don't want to call it a scam or anything. Every time they drop these new tokens, and then the burning mechanism, it's just weird. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know how they're gonna do the burns, you know. But but yeah, man, it's just weird. I think it sucks. I think Shibarium really sucks, and they just need to go back and just go back to the drawing boards, man. And just so many tokens, it's confusing. This one does this, this one does that. Just keep one Bone. It was great name, great marketing, but it is what it is. And with the bull market, man, I've said it all along. This bull market was going to be different, man. You got these you got the big boys coming in, and they want to make sure their main mission is not to be exit liquidity, Zach. That's their main mission. And they're playing with us, and I think we're gonna be like this weird for months. Bitcoin 108, Bitcoin back to 100, getting a little scared. I think we're gonna be like down to the massive bull run comes 2026, late this year, in a few months, who knows. But yeah, man, other than that, man, I think the market is still gonna be great for the next few months. I was a little bearish. I don't know, not because of the dip we had recently, but I was a little bearish. Just I saw some signs of things, and I think we got to slow down. I don't know if you agree with me on this. I think we got to slow down with the good news. It's like giving a kid a candy every day. You're gonna spoil them. Like stop for like a few weeks with the good news, and then boom. Once you get another good news, it'll be a big pump. And yeah, it's just too much. And I saw this coming. It's getting to the point that, dude, more we have more news, good news in crypto daily than we had like fucking the whole year in 2022, 23, and even probably part of 24 at the beginning. But other than that, man, the market looks great, man. And can't wait for also Dex to on Parchain. They said actually today, they tweeted.
For sure, bro. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that that could have happened, and we'll see it play out. I mean, there's still a strong community there. There's still a ton of liquidity there. There's still time, but it's been frustrating to say the least. But hey, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Paige, what's happening with you, bro?
No. It's over. All right. Go next speaker. Who we got up next? I think it's what we got. Matt Tsunami. Cyrus in the building. Let's get to Cyrus.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What day is this? Happy Friday? Happy Thursday? I don't even know. But nobody cares about Shibarium, but I have been seeing some really cool articles talking about Hedera Network, and it seems like they have a lot of really cool stuff coming up, and as well as rumors of ETFs and everything. And I was wondering, wanted to hear other people's opinions on it, because I've been getting pretty bullish for HBAR over the past couple of weeks, for sure.
Yeah, bro. I like HBAR a lot. I know Matt's up here super bullish on HBAR. They got a ton of partnerships, probably more big partnerships than anybody. Really. I mean, Matt, I know you could jump in here. I mean, Google, Microsoft, they're in the area of RWA, which I think is going to be extremely hot, right? And they're super well positioned, I think. If this is going to be an institutionally driven bull market, which I think it's going to be, and it's not now hear me out. It's not to say memes can't do well, right? It's just different. Like this it feels different. And I hate to even say that, because everybody's like, oh, it's never different. It's always the same shit. This feels different with ETFs, with the big dogs coming in, the institutions. I mean, look what's happened here. We're waiting on an altcoin season, but what's pumped? What's already pumped? Yeah, you got your memes here and there, and that's the retail money, recycling money over there. There's not a lot of new people coming in though right now. Eventually, we'll probably get some flows of that, but you look at what's pumped in the altcoins. It's HBAR, it's Algorand, it's pumping from their bottoms. XRP, Solana, it's SWI, right? And these are all assets that are what? They're jockeying for ETFs. They're jockeying for what? More institutional demand. That's what's happening right now. That's how I see it. So HBAR super well positioned. XLM, XDC, Cardano. This is where I think the money's really going to flow. And a lot of people would say, oh, these are the old archaic coins. You got to chase the new stuff. I mean, yes and no. Like, there's going to be big winners with the new stuff. But I mean, I think this, if you really want to simplify this shit, take a look at what's undervalued and what the institutions are going to like. And, you look at Chainlink and Avalanche. Both of those are very, very undervalued, in my opinion, and they're both going to be darlings when it comes to the institutions. They're right at the top of the list when you go to fucking RWA and you sort it by market cap. It's number 1 and number 2. I mean, so, that to me, and HBAR's right there too. ONDO's right there. That to me is worthy of us paying close attention, because I think that's kind of where we are right now in this market environment, and it could change. I mean, who knows? I might look like a dummy a month from now. That's crypto. You got to stay in tune with what's going on, and shit can change on a dime. But to me, that's where we are right now. Matt, go ahead, bro.
Good morning. Yeah. So Zach, who was the guy that just spoke before you, Zach?
That was Cyrus. I think he dropped down, but that was
okay.
Cyrus.
But so yeah, just to add on to that HBAR deal. So there's 1,000 reasons I'm bullish on HBAR and Butthole, by the way, which was trending number 1 on CoinGecko. But that's a different subject. That's meme coin, no utility. That's just hype. But HBAR. So probably the biggest thing that got me hooked on HBAR, and this was just within the last couple of years. They're partnered, or the governing council, they have the Shinhan Bank on their governing council. That's a central bank in South Korea. They also are tied into Hyundai of South Korea and NVIDIA, the microchips, and NVIDIA, and it trickles down to Boston Dynamics, this robotic electronic company we are not allowed to invest in. You can't buy stocks. You can't buy anything for it. you can go work for them if you have a classified clearance. That's about it. So, but what I say by trickle down is, there's no crypto for Boston Dynamics, there or NVIDIA, but HBAR has already been announced that they're going to use. NVIDIA's already announced that they're going to use Hedera, HBAR, and then Lehman Baird speaking at Davos over a week and a half ago, and Trump speaking at Davos via video conference while it was happening. But then you just add up all this stuff with Hedera or HBAR, and it has every avenue covered of where we're going. Real world adoption, real world assets, tokenization. I mean, the technology they're putting in. I don't know anything about technology. I just know these companies are going to use it, right? Like Boston Dynamics. What's Boston Dynamics? They're robots, drones, in the cell phones, in computing day to day. So that to me is huge. I can't invest in Boston Dynamics, but I can buy Hedera. I can buy HBAR. So in my mind, that gives me an edge on most of the normies out there. Not other crypto people like Zach from Subway, Zach Humphreys, Paid, Mar, Mutasco, all these people. There's no edge against them, but there's an edge against the normies where they don't understand exactly where the technology is going. That's what I wanted to say. You could disregard everything else I said, just that last paragraph or sentence. So I'm going to ramble, so I'm going to shut up. But that's why I'm bullish on Hedera. By owning $1 worth of a HBAR, I now inadvertently own Boston Dynamics, NVIDIA, Hyundai, and a piece of the Shinhan Bank, all with one crypto. And if that doesn't make somebody bullish about it, I don't know what does. Zach?
I'm with you, bro. Yeah, I'm with you, man. And RWA on Hedera is a real thing, man. They have everything they need, to be a real RWA player. They've got, amazing security, which you're going to need when it comes to RWA. They've got their own token service, where you can create, tokens. So anybody who wants to create their own token through their token service, this is going to be ideal for RWA. Obviously, they've got the smart contract capability, which you need, and their fees are pretty low, and that's going to be a thing. When we talk about mass adoption, you got to have low fees and fast throughput, so they're well positioned, man. And I was reading a little bit on them a couple of days ago. They've partnered up. They're really interested in real estate tokenization too, which I know we've talked a little bit about on the channel here, or on our space, and I've talked about it on my YouTube channel. The whole idea of fractionalized real estate. They're already working with a couple companies, I think, in Japan, to tokenize properties already. So Hedera's for real. They're legit. I think they're a big player, and again, it fits the narrative of RWA. It fits the narrative of the institutionally driven project narrative that I think that's where a lot of the big money is going to flow. Now, it's not to say other things aren't going to pump. I mean, certainly. I mean, there's meme coins that are going to go crazy here. I guess what I'm saying here, you got to kind of separate the two. Like you've almost got the retail side of crypto, and it's like meme coins and pure speculation, and where you can get big gains, but maybe when you take profits in that stuff, or you just kind of separate your portfolio. To me, the other side of the coin is, okay, which companies are going to be darlings for the institutions? Which one of those companies are U.S. based? With Trump in here, that's kind of my focus right now. But hey, I want to get to one of our sponsors today. Ryan, what's good, man? Ryan's up here from Soul Bay. What's happening, brother?
Good morning. It's been a great space so far. Love the conversation. I love what you said. I think the fractionalization is one of the things you're talking about. I believe, and we believe with Solbay, like we can bring people together in Web3 and crypto, and that's what we're really been doing. But you know, Solbay, for example, she's in over 10 communities now. We've had 3 communities on board her as the subject matter expert. We're trying to bring people together. And I love hearing you say that. And sometimes it's, you know, it's the honest truth, but I feel like it's been a really good space so far.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell you what, I was looking at your guys' chart this morning too. I mean, you guys have hung in there during this little downturn in the market. Guys are up 10+% today. They're sitting at a 586K market cap, almost getting to 1,000 holders as well. Great volume, 112K. I like it, man. Great liquidity too here, 108,000 in liquidity to a 586K market cap. I mean, you guys are building something really cool. And I do want to open up the stage. Does anybody want to talk to Solbay? Who wants to jump in here?
Absolutely. We also got Next Level and Ben's here from the Solbay team.
What up? What up?
What's happening? What's happening? Ben, that's not what I was expecting. Your voice.
What were you expecting?
Either a dog or that lovely lady there in the profile picture.
Well, technically, I'm the dog with sunglasses, and then that's Bay.
Oh, okay.
Right there. So yeah. But yeah, I love the space,
What's
guys.
up?
I want to reflect on what you guys were saying about SHIB and like the absolute dispersion of like all the different tokens in the name of utility. You know, that would be cool if there was a central leadership guiding all of that. Like, it can work, but if the team and the internals of it are fractured, as we're seeing with SHIB, all those tokens are just gonna like freaking cheese grater everyone's energy in separate directions. And that's why I'm pretty bullish with the Solbay team, because the 4 of us are always at this core, finding where the direction is with moderation, education, and entertainment with Solbay. And, you know, just important to keep a team and a project with a goal in mind. And I think we're seeing the antithesis of that with the SHIB discussion you guys had.
For sure, Brian. For sure. I want to ask Solbay something.
For any
here.
project, especially in the.
Hello.
He was trying to respond to Ben's, but yeah, you're welcome to. She's been listening in, so let me unmute her so you can hear. Go ahead.
It's a great example of how things can go off the rails when there's no clear direction.
Can you give us a shout out to Zach and the Crypto Breakfast Club?
For sure. Shout out to Zach Humphreys and the entire Crypto Breakfast Club crew. It's been awesome being part of the community and sharing some Solana vibes with you all. Keep on breakfasting and cryptoing, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.
Breakfasting is now a verb. You heard it here, folks.
Hey, Solbay, what do you think about real world asset tokenization and what the future of that looks like?
I love it. Breakfasting is now a verb. And now let's dive into the future of real-world asset tokenization. I think it's a game changer, and we're just starting to scratch the surface. With Solana's scalability and the rise of DeFi, I believe we'll see more and more traditional assets being tokenized, making it easier for people to invest and participate in the global economy. It's all about democratizing access to assets and creating new opportunities for growth. The future is bright, and I'm excited to see where this space takes us.
Let's go. AI Alpha, you got something?
Yeah, sorry, I had to switch back real quick or whatever. But yeah, the Solbay team, man, I got to tell you what, man, them guys are like nonstop. Because, I mean, I met them when they first started coming into the space and they got going with Solbay, you know. And, you know, for me, it's all about the AI projects. You know, I'm pretty much interested in that stuff. I like the AI technology and I like, you know, the stuff behind it. And I was part of another project that kind of went south real quick, you know, that was kind of like doing the same thing, except it was with that robot dog or whatever. I forgot that Uni dog, the Uni 2. You know, so there was a lot of things that I'd actually put in there for like research and actually made a few connections and stuff for those guys, I was kind of upset that I put all the work in there and the guy did what he did to the community and stuff, you know. And when I met these guys, I was like, oh, sweet, you know, this is like a perfect project for that kind of stuff, you know. And when I met Next Level and Ryan and them guys, you know, we just kind of talked and we hit it off because they came over, you know, and me and Mike Spacer at Crypto Movement, you know, and they came in there with Solvay and she came in and talked, you know, and it was kind of basic to begin with and that kind of stuff. But, you know, where she's at now, dude, she's like next level, you know what I'm saying? They've been kicking it, you know. I call them Team No Sleep because they're kind of like part of, I'm part of the community, you know. I'm everywhere, you know, just hanging out or whatever. But, you know, them guys have been doing a lot of work, man. They've been talking with Larry, you know, and Larry's been talking with them. So, you know, there's a lot of good connections there. They're actually, I don't know if they're like working behind the scenes or something. I think a little bit they're talking on some things with Hash AI too. So, I mean, there's some good connections being made there, you know, and they got a long-term potential because the team is working and they're always evolving, you know what I mean? She's actually in my TG now. You know, she handles my TG. She can come in there when people come in. She'll greet them for me or whatever, you know, and she'll tell them all the stuff. So I'm going to type it out every time. And she can actually do the same thing as like in their TG where she can kick them out of the TG and that kind of stuff. But, you know, I don't really need her to do that yet. So I haven't really hooked that stuff up yet. But they're, you know, those capabilities are there now. So, you know, they're growing. So they're evolving and they got other different things that they're adding for options for the, you know, like the AI side pilot. I call it side pilot because, you know, you can actually go in like side DMs with her and use her just like you were using Copilot or using Grok. And she's actually better than Grok because there is no limits on there. There is no filters except for what they put on her. You know what I mean? And they've more or less kind of opened her up to explore. So you can kind of, if you do it the right way and you got some AI experience, you can get the answers that you're looking for without having to worry about someone stopping you or blocking you out and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of good benefits with the AI that they're working on, you know. So I mean, I'm pretty impressed by it, you know. So that's definitely one thing that's why I had to make sure I came up here was to support them guys because, you know, I've been around since the beginning, man, and they're out there working hard and they definitely deserve the recognition for what they're doing out there. So yeah, man, Solvay is the way to go. You know, that's my old lady. So you guys mess around with her, you got to start sending me some money too. So that's all I got to say. All right, bye.
Let's go. Next Level, man. What's up?
Hey, yeah, I want to touch on the AI voice stuff and all that's coming along real well, and I want to give you guys the shout outs for hosting the space, Zach, and Paid. You know, even though Paid hasn't really gave me that energy that I want to feed off, just going to leech that energy because the guy's so entertaining and fun to be around. But for the team side of it, right? I just kind of really wanted to tell everybody here that you have access to 4 people that are going to be here nonstop. Soulbay's cool. She has so much engagement in the TG. So if you get in there, you start developing the relationship with her. We actually had a space last night, I believe, and a guy came up there, Crispy Chef, and I wasn't expecting this story as far as he was asking her for help with his child that has some issues. And instead of, she gave him information, but she also encouraged him. She had this empathy and it actually made him break down and cry. And that hit me hard because we're up here spending hours and hours of spaces and spaces. And we're trying to show everybody that there is a way to get AI to work for you and get you the information and the tech that you need to be a force multiplier. She's not here to replace human. She's here to help you. She's here to guide you on your journey. And when he said that, I was like, we did it. Like this is it. We helped somebody emotionally and get them the information to help their child. And it wasn't even crypto related. So that's fun. You know, I was like, all right, we're on to something big. We're going to do the mass adoption. I know the chart goes up, chart goes down. We're not really we're like, it's great entry right now. In my opinion, I'm always going to be buying Solvay. Because also Bay will be deflationary at a certain point. It's going to be a token that we're going to be having people use to pay for her services. And then we got the white label. We got all this other development. We got partnerships, you know, with the Breakfast Club. And we're getting out there. And Zach, I mean, I agree with you. I think we're going to hit the throttle on the marketing side now because we're at a point where we're ready to just get her in front of everybody, mass adoption. We can't wait any longer. So right now we wanted to make sure we didn't overpromise, you know, and not be able to deliver. And we're at a point where like, yes, we can do this and we're going to go wide and put the gas pedal down and we're going to get in front of everybody because we're going to do that mass adoption point. But just really guys rely on, like, look at the team, get behind the team and the project and community and just see that we're there and we're trying to build something good for the ecosystem and not just do, you know, like, buy our token, 10 million market cap. We're actually in the background working with exchanges, trying to get them. We actually have 2 that they're happy to work with us. Like they want this AI tech in there. So we have ways to get the network, right? We need just the community. We need you guys to believe in us and use Solbay, because the more you use her, the more she learns. So it's going to be a great journey. I'm going to see you guys in the end of the bull run and past. The bear market will still be there. We're going to still be delivering Solbay tech, and hopefully, eventually, my goal is to have her in your pocket at all time, right? Even outside the web. But that's later down the road. At a certain point, we'll be there. I know it, because of tech, we're all building ourselves too. So there's a little bit of development going on in the background, and that allows us to scale it. We're not paying subscriptions. We're not having to worry about the fees, and that's going to get it cheaper for the mass adoption.
Love it, man. X Viral, did you have something for the Solbay team?
Yeah, Zach. I want to talk about real world assets tokenization.
Okay, real quick, we'll put a pin on that. I just want to make sure we'll come back to that. I do want to talk about that. But Mutasco, did you have something for the Solbay team, or did you have something?
No, I wanted to ask Zach from Subway. I don't know if you guys have noticed Solbay. When Solbay started talking, I don't know if it was Solbay. I didn't see it, but it sounded like Shelby. Are you okay, Zach from Subway? Because Solbay just hijacked Shelby's voice, and I was sitting here like, I need to talk to Zach from Subway. How is Shelby doing? And that was my question. But if you want to ask Solbay how she sounded like Shelby, I want to get the answer to that.
No response from Zach.
Check, do some wellness check on Zach from Subway for me, please. But yeah, that's okay.
I think he's trying to get up on the CoinHub account. That's him. He must not be able to speak on the other one, or he might have. Okay, we'll try to get him up. We are maxed out on stage right now, but we're gonna get to everybody. We just brought up Brian from Paw Chain, guys. Massive day for Paul. We're gonna get over there in a little bit. They are coming to Dex Tools. I believe it's happening today. In fact, Brian, what's up, man? Let's jump right to him.
Zach, good morning, man. What's up, guys? Yeah, today finally happening. After 3 to 4 months of building our API and handing it over to them, they're about ready to implement and go live. And 22 million people are about to see our chain, track charts, volume, do all those things that you do with projects. And I think, bar none, this is our biggest catalyst to date. I want to give a shout out to our development team for putting this together and doing all this work for a custom chain. Some chains, it took Tron over 3 years to get on Dex Tools, guys. I'm not sure. Is Sui on Dex Tools, Zach? Since they're a non-EVM chain, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. So and they've been out now for well over a year. So it's just a lot of work. Shout out to them. And it's just getting started, guys. It's still so early. I think that's why we're seeing some of the nice price movement we've seen over the last 24 hours is people are starting to get involved. I'm getting DMs from people that I haven't really spoke to much, but ran into in space saying, hey, I just got myself a bag. Hey, how do I get in? What are you guys doing? And there's people starting to join the Telegram. The community is growing. A lot of action going on the chain right now. I think we've gotten over $100,000 worth of volume in just the last 24 hours, which I know does not sound like a lot, guys. I understand that. But when you look at it in terms of where we were just 3 months ago to where we are now, we're coming up on 10,000 wallets. Like it's like watching a story unfold in front of your eyes, adoption of a chain. And I think Dex Tools is really gonna, help put us over the top with some of the other stuff we got going on. So I'm fired up, man. I can't put my phone down today. My battery is just getting drained as I'm running around. I wish I wasn't at work today. I think I'm going to leave early just to get into spaces after this all goes live. And I think some of these projects, guys, on our chain are going to send. We got memes trading on chain. Some OG Paw memes I think are going to do well. Gnu, OG Trump, 47. I know you guys are familiar with the Gnu community. They're on there. I think they're going to do well. And it's only the tip of the iceberg because people are going to see this now that, hey, I can make money on this chain. And these other projects are already starting. We fired up about 8 chats alone yesterday with different projects now interested in coming on chain. So enjoying it, man. Bitcoin is fucking ripping. The market is coming back. Ethereum's starting to run a little bit. I don't think our timing could be any better, guys.
Let's go, man. Exciting day for sure, man. That's big stuff, man. You're right. I mean, some of these big chains that are not even on DEX tools yet. I mean, you guys are making it happen. And I think that's what drew a lot of us in. These guys are working, man. These guys are working day in, day out, grinding.
Real question, quick question, Brian. You said Sui, it's on they're on Dex Screener, but not on Dex Tools.
Right.
How is that possible? Is it? Ain't you supposed to be first on Dex Tools even to get a chance to get into Dex Screener, or what?
To be honest, Mar, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I mean, you pretty much just pick and choose your API. I think a lot of people think that Dex Screener and Dex Tools are the same, and they're not. So that's actually who we're going to next is going to be Dex Screener, even before Coin Market Cap, and then it will be CoinGecko. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to ask Sui why they haven't. I'm sure they will be eventually. There's no doubt about it. They will be. But yeah, it's just something they decided to do to go to Dex Screener first. Maybe Zach knows a little more about this from Subway.
Yeah, what were you asking about? Why they go to Dex Screener first, or Dex Tools?
Yeah, I think that was it. Why they're on Dex Screener and not Dex.
Dex Screener has better API keys for layer 2s, layer 3s like that. Dex Tools is actually behind the 8 ball on that, on the technical side of things. But as an average, just an investor, most people go to Dex Tools first. But to pick up stuff like for like the Nova trending, we use Dex Screener API. That's how we can go multi-chain. So I think on the vast majority of networking and future multi-chain, Dex Screener will win over Dex Tools. But obviously, having it on both platforms are the best. But yeah, just API keys are better, honestly. And the only one thing I noticed too is the only problem with Dex Screener, and I'll say that right now because I have a little issue with my training with this. If you have a token that doesn't have any volume within 24 hours, it doesn't pick up the pair or the contract address. That's the only issue I see. But on top of it, for future, they are the best because they do more multi-chain stuff, and that's what you guys are all about. So that's why I'm pushing for Dex Screener for you guys. So I can put Paw Chain in for the trending. I want to get all your projects trending for free. Literally, I want to send fucking Paw Chain to the moon and any project on there. I think it's great. It's just some projects just need to have the volume in order to pick it up. Because I was actually trying to help a lot of Shibarium projects get trending, but none of them have any volume, so it doesn't pick up their contract address or their pair. So I can't really help them unless people buy the product. So, but obviously, like you're saying, Brian, there's a lot of meme stuff going on in your chain. So I don't think we'll have any issues getting a few dollars within 24 hours. So Dex Screener is where it's at least for other stuff to help with Paw Chain. But you need both of them 100%. There's different, everyone uses different platforms, but Dex Screener, Dex Tools before Coin Market Cap any day. Once you get that going, then all these projects, once again on Coin Market Cap, then they're golden, honestly. So I hope that answers some of your question. Everything's a little different, but Dex Screener is more multi-chain friendly. I'll just bring it back to that.
I'll let Tsunami to get in here too. I think they want to speak on this too because yeah, all the SWI memes are there on Dex Screener. All the XRPL memes are on there. They do have just a way bigger list of chains there. Tsunami, go ahead.
Yes, good morning, everybody. It's so good to be here, and thank you for letting us up again. That's exactly the answer that I got from the SUI team itself in Discord, right? That Dex Tools had the better technical outlook for them. And so that was the choice made based on, the technical outcome. I just wanted to give Brian the flowers for Paw Chain. I'm a big supporter myself. When Paw was just a meme, right? And then decided to do all this fabulous stuff out there. And we just can't wait to be on Paw Chain. So Brian, just fill me in when the SUI plug is going to happen, because we're waiting.
Absolutely, yeah. It's currently being built. Like I said, that's going to be, I believe, our next non EVM is going to be SUI, because we're kind of forward thinking, looking at this. I think SUI's going to do well, guys. I really do. That's some great tech over there. They got a lot of money behind that project, and they are committed and doing it right. And the more comfortable than myself I'm getting with the SUI wallet and ecosystem, the more I kind of see that, and that came from actually this space. Like, I remember Zach, it had to be months ago now, was talking about Lofi at like 20-30 million dollar market cap, said keep an eye on it. And that's when I went in and said, you know what, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna download the SUI wallet, had somebody walk me through it, get my hands on that, and I'm glad I did. So now I'm exposed a little in the ecosystem with a couple other projects. And that's what you do in this space, guys. Like, talking about Podchain now, the ability, like, SUI is at what, a 12 or 13 billion market cap. You can get in a Podchain now for about 16, 17 million. And we're about to go live on Dex Tools with all these charts and all these other projects launching. It's about front running, guys. It's about being early. Have to have a little bit of faith, have to be a little patient, but the opportunities for those gains are there.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, Sui's a great ecosystem. They're up 14% today. Shout out to Tsunami there. I see you guys are up over 100% today. Awesome.
Best daily performer, best weekly performer now too, surpassing even Lofi, right? Even though we love all the memes on SUI, we're doing a collaborative space again on Saturday with Axel, which is a great team as well. So, we're just holding on together. We had a little bit of a dip, and I guess, the monstrous volume on Solana took a little away from the market, especially also from SUI. But now that Phantom actually is integrating SUI in their wallet, it just got that major boost on the meme side of things. And the funny thing is that Phantom is constantly mentioning Suriname. Well, they're not even knowing that we're a token. So it's just coattailing that one. And that's because it's just a powerful ticker, right? It's a trending hash for SUI. And now that Phantom is using it, we are just, happy in the TG and doing all the stuff. And then, next we're gonna, roll out the things that we've been cooking when the chart was down, because that's what you do. And one of these things is that I have on the list in the top 3 is to get on Podchain as soon as possible, because I'm just a big personal fan myself. So let's go.
Loving the vibes, loving the good vibes. Guys, share the room if you haven't already. We are a little over an hour in. Of course, we're into hour number 2 here in the Crypto Breakfast Club. Thanks everybody for tuning in too. Fire it up, guys. Drop us some comments in that pill. Let's get some people in here for hour number 2. X Viral, you wanted to talk about RWA a little bit, right?
Yeah, Zach.
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I mean, thanks very much for this wonderful space you've been putting together, and thanks everyone for sharing your great insights. So I want to just talk a bit about RWA. I have the belief that RWA is somehow underrated in what it can do, especially for this industry, because I see RWA bringing in massive liquidity to the industry. Well, if you look at when the Trump meme coin was launched, you'll see that it was all about not just the hype, but also the liquidity. The liquidity was very powerful. I mean, compared to most projects, you see projects launching and they may have huge market cap, but the liquidity doesn't really add up. And if you look at RWA, in terms of real world assets, most of these assets have real liquidity that can easily flow into crypto if they are actually tokenized. So let me give a typical example. From where I come from, Ghana. Ghana is notable for gold and for cocoa, to the extent that some time ago, before the name was changed to Ghana, it was called the Gold Coast. I mean, during the period of colonization. And I think back in 2022, there was this US project that came to Ghana, and even though they pretended to be doing RWA with the gold we have here, and also not just the gold, but also with the agri in terms of cocoa and other stuff that we have here. These guys were able to generate a lot of sales over 500 million USD for alone in a year, and that was very huge. So I'm imagining if, let's say, the country decided to go all out in tokenizing its gold and making the most of it. And I think that when round the BS kicks in very hard, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of African countries taking advantage of it, because most of these African countries has a lot of massive natural resources that if they are able to tokenize it properly, they are going to make the most from it. And it's also going to benefit the crypto industry at large, because it's going to bring a lot of liquidity into the crypto industry, which is needed. Example, you realize that a couple of blockchains, the reason why everybody is jumping onto Solana is because that is where the liquidity is. And if RWA should join in, I mean, if we should be seeing more of RWA projects, and if we should be seeing more countries tokenizing their natural assets, then we are going to see real money flowing into crypto. And that is one factor that I believe is going to contribute hugely to this bull run. So I believe that RWA will play a very huge role. And personally, I'm looking forward in assisting, especially our government, in making it happen from outside of the world.
That's great insight, man. I agree 100%. It's going to bring in not millions, not billions, but I think trillions of dollars. When we talk about tokenizing the entire financial world and starting with financial instruments, I mean, this is really what bridges the gap, in my opinion, from TradFi to DeFi. This is it. I mean, this is the move. So I think, one thing I think about as you're talking through that, there's going to be trickle down effect too to everything. Like everything will feel it. Like a lot of money will flow into RWA, but think about just the eyeballs it's going to bring to the industry, and then other people get in and find all these other avenues and all these other pockets of the market, right? And I think that's great insight, man. Great insight. Next level, what's up, man?
Hey, yeah, what's up? RWA, man, is going to be an exciting adventure. We just got to make sure we're diversified, guys. You see the banner in the top of the title. Diversification is going to protect you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Start doing some research on a few things. Shout out to Tsunami or Sweenami. I don't know how we're supposed to say Sui or whatever. It's still fun. I own a bunch of Axo and Sui. That's what I'm saying. Like, I have Solbay here, and I love Solana. I love building on Solana, and I'm not a Solana maxi. I want all these changes to win, especially if they're creating real value in the space, right? That's the excitement of it. You have builders creating stuff for you to build on top of. It's like everybody has their own version of Coke, Pepsi, Sprite. You just find your flavor, enjoy it, but try other things. And that's why I'm excited to branch over to Podchain, right? Like I want to go there. I only have one question for Brian, and I'll ask him at the end, because AI Alpha Wolf got me, and you guys got me interested in Paul, because every space I was going is Paul this, Paul that, Paul this. And I'm like, this is so freaking cool. If there's a lot of hype behind this chain, this Omni, verse, oh man, get front run it. Like he's saying, if you put your token there and they're only a 16 mil market cap, guess what? When they 5x your liquidity pool match, it's just a no brainer to front run it. But shout out to CTO. They're going to be on Podchain. Those guys are really doing their thing with the CTO. Bringing all the CTOs of CTOs, and then you had Alpha Wolf out there grinding just as hard as we are. It's just impressive. But Brian, my only question for you would be that when we create that liquidity pool for Solbay, is it locked or burned, or are we able to actually pull that out?
Yes, you can lock or burn it, whatever you decide. So you can pick how long you want to lock it for, or if you want to burn it. Me personally, I'm always a fan of locking over burning, because burning your supply can have negative impacts down the road when it comes to making moves, marketing moves, listing exchanges, all those different things. But yes, we do have liquidity locks and burns available to kind of help with some of that trust. When you launch that pool. Another thing as well, within the next week or two, our buy and sell tax should be going live as well. So these projects can implement a buy sell tax to help fund their wallet.
Freaking bullish, dude. Yes, Solbay will be on there because, like I said, I'm not a chain maxi. I want Solbay to help everybody, and this is our way of not abandoning Solbay on Solana either. This is allowing us to go out and having other chains participate in the tokenomics of Solbay, but yet not have to relaunch these tokens. And hopefully you'll get Caspa on there because I'm a huge Caspa maxi in the background. I support them and I want them all to succeed. But you know what? It is what it is. But that right there, guys, gets you across so many eyes, and you just need the the marketing and the adoption, and it's just there. We're so early. I'm excited about it. Definitely want to get in touch with you and get Solbay to the masses.
Yeah, man, just reach out. I'll set up a chat with our team. We have a very well written onboarding guide that literally walks through the entire process of what you need to do, contract creation, how you got to deploy, everything like that. And we got a team that can support you to step it away. You know, hop on a VC if you need some help, do some other things to make sure that it's done and it's done successfully.
And one more thing to double down. You said an API access. I'd like to talk to you on the back channel because what we want to do is feed Solbay information and allow that to get posted on Twitter. So even if it's just PodChain, new launch on PodChain, and she's able to push that to a bunch of Telegram groups. I mean, that's what I'm saying. She's a force multiplier for you guys. And if she's on PodChain, it's only going to, it's only going to help us push PodChain even more. So I would love to go in the back channel and just feed her that information and then get it to everybody. Because that's what it really is, right? Just finding your customers, and if it's because we're offering her for free for everybody else, and that's the stepping stone to make us all successful, I'm all about it.
Absolutely, and that's the biggest challenge is getting information out there, especially something so new and different. It's hard for people to kind of wrap their head around how everything works because we've been conditioned to believe how the current structure is, the way it is currently, and that's our biggest challenge. So the more information we can get out there, the more people we can help, the more people helping to spread our message, the better. And that's why I'm so excited about everything we have coming because our community has been built organically for years, growing slowly. And we have hundreds of people in the PAW community who are knowledgeable, well versed, who can help troubleshoot and answer these questions, from these other communities that we're going to be bringing in. There's that big support structure, and you have to have like that foundation, not only technically, but communities, community wise as well. So you can support all these new users. We're going to go from, I think Paige mentioned this yesterday, we're going to hit about 10,000 wallets. What's that going to look like when we hit 100,000 wallets, 1,000,000 wallets? Like all those new users, people asking the same questions in our Telegram, coming over and doing all these things, but we got the community now to be able to help them with that and be there to support them. So absolutely.
Sounds like you need a subject matter expert on that. I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for all the answers.
Awesome. Kevin, what's up, man?
Hey, GM. Now, but hey, you see the Doge on Mars is running pretty good. But I have a question about SHIB and kind of a Trump token. Are you guys what do you guys think? Are you guys in it? I thought about getting into it, but and then the SHIB question is that you're not. I mean, I have a pretty big bag of SHIB, and I'm holding it. I'm not going to add no more right now until something changes. But I mean, I know you're saying this and you're pissed off at him, but are you holding still strong, or is it like I need to start slowly getting my way out?
I no, I still got a bag. I mean, I'm still holding it. Here's the thing. I think SHIB will still perform well. I'm frustrated and I'm saying all this, but Ethereum hasn't moved yet. I mean, minimum, I think we at least probably get back to all-time highs and towards probably even towards losing a zero, right? All I'm saying is I'm not as bullish as I once was because of the leadership. Okay, so this is just for me too. And Kevin, don't because I'm saying this, don't just subscribe to it, right? Everybody's got to form their own opinions. I'm probably going to be, slowly getting out of there once the market goes up, once the market cap goes up. Who knows though? I mean, shit could change too. If they come out and they get their shit together, then we'll talk about it. You know what I mean?
Zach, let me ask you something, man.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say this when I was talking about SHIB. So we got Shibarium, which I'm bearish on it. No hard feelings on the whole ecosystem. But What? And I know this is a tough question, which for me the answer is I believe so. Do you believe that Shibarium has stained SHIB token? Where
100%, 100%.
yeah,
It's diluted it. It's taken the
yeah,
attention away from it, and it's put the attention on all
yeah,
this other shit that people don't care about.
100%. Yeah, I think SHIB has struggled. Nothing massive, I think, but they've struggled. Uh, just because of Shibarium, you know.
I agree. I agree. Hey, real quick, I want to mention this too. I've been meaning to mention this for a while. On my profile, there's a pinned post, guys. We're doing an AMA with a crypto gaming company coming up on Monday night called MetaBrawl. Shout out to MetaBrawl. They just set all-time highs today, sitting at 534K. So shout out to them. They're going to be joining us for a exclusive AMA on Monday night. We are opening up opportunities for exclusive AMAs. Of course, we run the Crypto Breakfast Club here in the mornings on the East Coast, but we do offer now 1 hour fully, dedicated to that team, that project, and we're going to be doing those nighttime spaces. So be on the lookout for those. We'll be marketing them here too. So that doesn't change anything, by the way. I mean, like Pawchain, Swinami, Soulbank, anybody who's partnered on the Breakfast Club, it's a different thing, right? Because you guys get the attention all the time, and whether it's weekly or monthly, nothing's changed. But we're just, we're going to offer these AMAs too. Just figured, why the hell not? People have been reaching out and saying, hey, we want a dedicated AMA. Okay, I mean, we've got our community growing, and at these AMAs, we're always going to be doing giveaways. We're always going to be doing some type of giveaway, probably in that token or whatever that native asset is on their chain. But yeah, it's pinned up on there. If you guys want to, come over and hang out with us Monday night, learn about MetaBrawl, talk a little bit about crypto gaming. It should be a fun one. And again, shout out to MetaBrawl, man. They're setting all-time highs today, up 18% right now, up over 530K market cap. So shout out to their squad over there. Mutasco, what's up, man? It's calibrating.
Hey, Zach, that's it.
Or Kevin, go ahead. Kevin, yeah, real quick, Mutasco, let Kevin finish. I think he had something there, and we kind of jumped to the next thing.
Trump token. What's your, are you guys kind of into it? You jumped into a little bit, or is that, I don't know what to think of it.
What I did, so I bought, first time I bought it around like $7 or $8, and I bought some more at like 12 or 13, ran it up to like $60, got out of the trade completely, opened up a new position around $25. I'm holding it, and I think you can get back to 75 to $100.
Okay.
That's literally my breakdown of it, and I'll trade it when it gets back up there. I'll sell out. That's where I'm at. Not financial advice, of course, guys. Just giving it to you straight.
Thanks.
Mutasco.
No, I wanted to comment on your SHIB rant, okay? You and Zach from Subway. And Ma, if I hear you ever again use the word scam on SHIB, whenever I come up here, I'm gonna say GM. And Zach, GM to you. If you guys don't stop fighting SHIB, I'm gonna come up here every day, and I'm gonna start with GM.
You know
Okay?
what, Mutasco, I'll take that back because my dumbass sometimes us Latinos, at least the city where I was from, we use the word scam, but we don't mean it like a scam. Like it's hard to explain, and at the end, I'm not gonna explain it because it makes no sense. But when I mean a scam, it's like stop launching so many tokens. Like just relax.
You're just watering down the ecosystem, right? I mean, that's what's frustrating, man. Mutasco, listen.
Let me give a different take.
Real quick. Let me just say this. I would be the biggest idiot ever to sit here and talk shit about Shiba Inu. Do you know how many of my subscribers on YouTube are from SHIB? Bro, like I'm putting my neck out there. I can lose 20K subscribers today. It could happen. But I don't care because I want to speak my mind. And so many people in this space, they're afraid to tell the truth. And the truth is, I'm frustrated, I'm pissed, and I've given my reasons. It's like, you don't have to agree with it. And I own SHIB. I own SHIB. Like, I'll prove it to you guys if you want me to prove it. You want the receipts? I don't care. I don't want to dox my wallets and shit. But if somebody wants it, I'll show you. Just so you know, like, this is coming from a place of like, I give a shit, I care, but it's frustrating, bro. It's frustrating.
I know. Mutasco, I got to on this.
Let me.
Mutasco, before you go crazy, I just want to say this. There is a difference between Shiba Inu and then the Shy team and all those tokens. That's where I think people get confused. There's no fun around SHIB. SHIB, the actual token that no one owns. There's no fun. It's at a multi-billion-dollar market cap. Like,
and Zach, let me say this too. I'm in a position, guys, where, and I'm not in a position to say this, nor would I ever. I know some things that the average investor doesn't know. I will just say that. Okay?
Oh, mic drop. Okay, I'm taking a nap now. All right, Mutasco, the floor is yours.
No. I could not come up this space and not comment on it when you guys did. And by the way, I would never also dox my wallet. I don't need to do that. And crypto, your coins, your funeral. Okay? A lot of people come into crypto and they don't understand what crypto is all about. It's like, so that would be foolish to do that. Now, different takes is important, right? And I get it. I was giving you a hard time, Zach. I don't know if people even get my jokes sometimes, but I'm doing a GMG and I could care less what. One thing though that I want to clarify, because I like to look at data, right? And I tagged you, Zach Humphrey. I tagged you on SHIB's metrics, right? Right now it's kind of 50-50, about 50-50 between the whales and others, right? So you have the cruisers, you have the traders, and you have the hodlers. The hodler is about 74%. Okay, if you just look at the mechanics of the wallets on SHIB. Now, everything else that you said about, Liege, Bone, all like all valid points. I hope they hear, right? The problem though with Shy is that I think Shy, we have to give him some credit. He did some incredible things with SHIB, and for whatever he did to this point, I applaud him for that. But it's also similar to like people who like to say Ethereum's going to shit. Vitalik should stop doing this. He should have done this. There's this guy called Chris Dixon. He said something that was very profound. He said, some people are like, well, Ethereum is not doing marketing. It's like, well, that is not Vitalik's strength. So he can't, like, what he's good at, he's going to stick with it, right? Do you want a leader? And I think I agree with the person that said SHIB may need a leader. Well, maybe not, right? And this is what's going to happen with SHIB. A lot of people, even just as yesterday, I was sitting in the Bitcoin space, right? I hear it all the time. You guys know who Joe Calasari is. He's a lawyer. He said something one day. He said he had been paid he did some work, some lawyer work, and he was paid in Doge some time back, whatever. And he said if he had held it when Doge did the 75 cents, he would have been sitting on millions of dollars. I forgot how much he said. It was multi-million dollars. The problem I always like to say is this, okay? And if you stick around in this space long enough, you probably align with me a little bit, okay? The noise, there's a lot of people that like to say all these things about these projects. Yet, when it comes to the grit to hodl, none of them can do that, right? And I'm not going to tell anybody the position I am in SHIB. I don't care. I just hold it. I know my position. But I also know that I have other things as well that I play with, right? So if SHIB goes to zero tomorrow, it's not going to be the end of my crypto journey. And so I'm okay with that. But the point you guys made, the other side of it is SHIB is driven off of Ethereum. There's no question. Pepe is also, if they end up having somebody who says, you know what, we're going to take Pepe to the next level, they're going to have the same problem that SHIB has right now. I hear that from Subway. You keep saying this, and I hear you say it all the time. There is no other way around SHIB, the token. Technically, you can't do it because, again, Ryoshi just literally, whether he actually renounced and walked away, who knows? But that is what we know. It's like Bitcoin, right? We all believe, what's his name? Nakamoto, he's gone and nobody knows who he is, a group, whatever, right? So everybody knows that 1 million Bitcoin is never going to move. We believe it and we're just hanging out on it. SHIB on Ethereum is always going to be there. That's where it's going to be. Now, all the mechanics that they're doing, this is why I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, because you're not going to tell me that, oh, somehow there's some easy way around it to make SHIB the center of everything. I'll give you a classical example. I came into this space via VeChain. Okay, I went through the migration from Ethereum chain to their own blockchain, and I went through all the pain. Recently, I remember when they launched with the Boston Consulting Group that whole sustainability thing. The community asked the question. They said, "Hey, so what is all these partnerships and all these projects?" Because it was a different token. They said, "Sunny Lou, can you tell us what value this gives to VET and the VTOR token?" And he didn't give them any compelling answer. He just said, "You know what? Whatever we're doing is going to get back into VET. Whether you believe him or not, long term, it may work out or not." You know what happened recently? I've held veto. I hold a ton of it, okay? I just woke up one day, I lost track of things. And I woke up one day and Binance, KuCoin, Upbit, they literally launched, listed it at the same time. I saw the volume go from sub 10 million to almost 3 billion, right? Now, the price went up and I started seeing spaces. This is all price sensitive, right? So for me, and like you just said, Zach, I think Kevin, please look at the mechanics of the holdings within SHIB, okay? I'm sure at some point, a lot of people are going to come up on these spaces and say, "You know what? I used to hold SHIB and it did blah, blah, blah." It's going to happen someday. Right now, I could be wrong because it's too soon. But one of the things I want to say, and I'll shut up, is this. You guys know that Uniswap, okay? Uniswap is like the everybody that is in crypto today, okay? I don't care if you're now a Sui fan, a Solana fan. We all kind of started learning about ERC tokens and spinning off liquidity and all these things through Uniswap, right? Everybody swam in the Uniswap pool. Now, one of the things that is happening this week within Uniswap, the Uniswap V4 just launched, right? For developers and all that. This week, that's happening. You know what Uniswap V4 has done? They have what they call a singleton contract, right? When creating pools, you're saving about 99% in gas fee, okay? Let that sink in for a second. A lot of people like to say, Ethereum, man, the gas fee. But there's a lot of really significant technological deployments happening within the Ethereum ecosystem. And people are not even paying attention to it. Because why? Price has been depressed. And a lot of these people are going to regret it painfully if they dump their bags and they're like, I'm over it, I'm moving on, and then it's going to turn around on their face. I'm just saying this out loud because a lot of people are not paying attention to it. Because within Uniswap, there are several projects that are literally launching. They're weeks away from launching right now. And what I'm going to say, and this is the last comment, that I think, Zach, the custom armor that you're going to be doing, the AMAs, I don't know the guy, but I read a lot of his writing. He's worked for Uniswap. He's super intelligent guy. And he's built a protocol called Doppler. So think of Doppler as Solana's pump fund, but a different type of pump fund, right? Think of it like in Wall Street, you have what we call the dark pools, right? So if somebody wants to sell or buy 1 billion of Amazon stock, you're not going to just trade it like normal trade. You go through a dark pool. So what this guy is trying to do within the Uniswap, so they build a code base on top of Uniswap's code, right? So they have a code on top of a code. And on top of it, you're going to see, I'm oversimplifying this as saying it is a pump fund, but that's the way that I want to relate it. Like, you think pump fund gave Solana the name it wants? I think Doppler is like liquidity bootstrapping. It's going to enable people to have customization of pooling. And it's going to allow people to, like, if you have a project, you can spin off a treasury, right? Just like that. And you can customize it for people to do other things. I'm not shilling it. I'm just giving you an idea of what is being built right now that will eat Solana and the Suis and that. All of them, they're gonna eat their lunch. Okay, watch it. It's gonna happen, but not this moment. It's about to happen very soon, and people are gonna see it. And we're gonna be in these spaces and we'll talk about it. But please, guys, do not hastily make a decision on some of these dormant projects. Okay, and walk away, because you might regret it. Okay, this is also not financial advice. I just look at the data and I read a lot of white papers and I try to understand what the crowd is ignoring. Okay, so whatever you're saying about SHIB, okay, there's a lot of complexities within the SHIB token itself. They couldn't have done anything. They could have just left it the way it is. But what would it have done to the ecosystem? As we speak, like I said, the data shows it. It's not from me. It's CoinMarketCap. 74% of the wallets are hodlers. Okay? And so whoever they are, I don't know who they are, but I hold a good amount of SHIB also. And I know that my conviction on it is different from anybody that just wants the price to go up. The problem we have in crypto is a lot of people just want to shill you things. Hey, I want you to buy my token. But what they can't tell you is, okay, how do we create more people to add more value to the token? We all know these tokens, they go up and they go down. At some point, this go up, go down thing is not sustainable, right? It's not, because the price of the token is directly linked to the sustainability of the project. If you ignore that and you think pump, these Cabal tokens, I literally watched this play out towards the end of 2021 and 2022. These Cabal tokens, you have a handful of whales, right? They hold maybe 200K, 500K, and they talk within private groups, okay? So when they realize the market has changed, they're gonna dump on you and they're gonna walk away and will never look back. It's gonna happen to some of these Cabal tokens. Just watch out. Be careful out there. There's a reason why DOGE is still here. There's a reason why certain tokens are still here. And the end of a point I'm going to make is some people in Solana call Ethereum's TIM, they call it economic security. Some of them call it a meme. It's not actually a meme. What is it? Is that when you say economic security, it may not prevent fraud, but it guarantees a floor for attacking the token or the project. And what that means is when you have a core hodlers, they create a guarantee floor. And that floor is never going to be disrupted. Okay? These are all facts, by the way. You just have to read and look at things and understand so you don't lose out. It's okay to go on these casino exotic projects, but I've seen it play out every single time. These cabals are going to dump. When they see that the trend has changed, they will move on. And they've done it a million times. People who are new, they don't know this. They come in, they're like all excited. And then the cordless are always going to win on the boring stuff. Okay, guys? This is not financial advice. I just couldn't have kept quiet about this whole SHIB thing. You all had valid points. I hope the SHIB team, whoever the team is, I hope they're listening. Okay, and Zach from Subway, I hope Shy comes up on your space come. Also.
Are you kidding me? He's not.
I know.
He's not going to want to.
I know he's not going to come, but it's good to do the space. Just do it. But I hope he listens to the community, because this whole thing about selective, and I get it. He's written stuff about people attacking him. They want to, ruin his name. They want to use his name. People are actually using his name to launch shit coins and scam tokens. So I get where he's coming from at some point, but I also think that the community needs to be heard. Okay, so again, I hear you all, but please remember, this market is going to turn around. A lot of people are going to
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's great points. Here's the thing. I think when you're talking about a project that's done so much and so good, and it has a different expectation. You know what I'm saying? This isn't just some meme coin, but when you do what SHIB did, the expectations are grand. They're high, and so the frustration I think stems from we want it to be really good. We damn near perfect, and some of that's sometimes unfair. I get that, but when you see things that could have been done better, and you really can't do anything about it just because you're just a person, you're just hanging out, you're just in the community, it's frustrating sometimes. And it's good, I think, that we all have opinions on it. I posted something up in the nest too. This is just a really good resource, to Matasko's point. Into the Block does a great job. It's quick data, it's quick, this is great for anybody to use when you're looking to get in or out of a token. So check out that graphic that I share. I just posted it on my feed too. But it gives you, holders making money at current price. This is one that I really like to look at. How many people are in profit versus out? This is actually a pretty good distribution at these levels right now. 47% are in the money, 49% are out the money, 4% are basically at break even. So this is an interesting point right now to honestly accumulate if you like Shiba Inu. And so this could be really utilized for a lot of different tokens. Concentration by large holders, 74%, gives you a nice breakdown of kind of where things are. Big whale transactions, and you could find this at different sites. I've always just liked Into the Block and their breakdown. They do a really good job with that. So listen,
Zach, that's my favorite. That's my favorite graphic. To be honest, I agree with you. It's super informative. It tells you exactly what you need to know. If you want to, and if you notice that breakdown, most of the holders that I am, at 4 zeros and at 3, I believe there is 56 to 60% or something like that. I've looked at this before, but what I noticed was a chunk of them came when SHIB was at 4 zeros and 6, 7 levels, right? And a lot of them were retail, formal, all of that, right? And they literally when it gained a zero, they lost money and all that crap. But it's actually, this is one of the best data point that would help people. To be honest, if you've been here a while and you've kind of scaled down and moved your money, real money, into some things, you don't get bogged down by all the flashy nonsense that's happening. You just stay cool, play the game calm, and you're gonna just do well, and nobody needs to know. If you did well, just keep it to yourself. It's not it's not like, because if I do well in crypto, my neighbors will find out. You're gonna walk naked or whatever.
There will be signs. There will be signs.
There will be signs. But Mutasko, on the flip side of that, man, it's not 2021 anymore. I go back to this of the oversaturation of tokens. SHIB is where SHIB is at because of what they did, few years ago. Things have completely changed now. I don't think SHIB's going anywhere. They're already on exchanges. They're right in your face if you're a new person coming into crypto, just like Solana, Ethereum, stuff like that. Once you're on these exchanges, you're golden. You're set up there. But the only issues I have with the whole, they really don't have to do anything, but the launching of tokens not even on your own chain, that's where I have a problem. It's cool and all.
Yeah, how does that help the ecosystem, right?
Right. I know they're trying to go multi-chain, but it's a little too late, honestly. It's just oversaturation. And I was in a project that fucking did this too. I'll name them MarSwap. They launched tokens after tokens after tokens. And what happened was they had a really great token on Ethereum. And then the community got confused. Well, I'm just talking small, got confused and started buying this token on Shibarium. And then buying this NFT. And what it does is it liquidates a good thing that you got going already for your project. That shit was a 30 million market cap. And by the time they were done launching all these tokens, literally everything was trash.
And people aren't stupid.
Yeah, people aren't stupid.
They're just cash grabs.
That's what it is.
It's
100%. So I get it. But my question to you, Mutasko, and I know you're a smart guy, and I'm going to throw this in your court since you always throw everything in my court. What's the incentive to go over to a layer 2 blockchain with not a lot of volume when you're a massive whale like someone like Mar? What is the incentive? And the only thing I could see is a reward, basically. Why should I move tons of my money over to a blockchain that doesn't really have volume, not a lot of money? Am I ever going to see a return? And why go through all that? What is the reason? That's my question to you,
No,
Bosco.
no, so Zach from Subway. I mean, you know this, right? We're gonna wake up one day and all the banks are gonna be layer twos. Okay. You know what happens sometimes is when the trend is not in your favor, anybody can make up any story, right? And then try to justify why this is nonsense, this is not working. The one thing I want people to understand though, and if you're reading all the posts that Shai puts over, if you read, like, he's actually probably the only one that is consistently crafting out Shibarium and all the mechanics of Shibarium as a layer 2 in line with Vitalik's vision. And I'm going to repeat this. He's the only one that I've seen so far. I think Polygon tried it. Arbitrum, they've tried it, but they've kind of gone their kind of ways in some way. But what I want you to understand is the base is this, right? If we wake up one day, and I think it's very soon. I mean, you guys heard what Jerome Powell said yesterday, right? If you look at Jerome Powell and what he said, it's almost like he's restating what the Treasury and OCC had stipulated from 2020. And I think the last interpretive letter was 1176. This was right around 2022. They published it, and it was all about the banks, how they were going to operate in crypto, whether custody, whether lending, whether trading, whether whatever. Now, when you're thinking about infrastructure, people like banks, they like security. Okay, they don't care about the speed. Yeah, if it's 10, I don't know, if it's 10% more speed, they're fine with that. Okay, you may want 1% or maybe 50%. They don't care. They just want security. And the question that they may be asking is, which one is the most robust, most stabilized blockchain? They're gonna go for it. They don't care whether your emotions. Why not go to this fastest chain? No, they don't care. So what would happen, to your point? Because if you look at the revenue mechanics, right? If you go out right now and you pull up Arbitrum, you pull up, like, you can go to L2 Beats, okay, or growthepie.xyz. These are all sites that are aggregating the data and the metrics of the utility of layer 2s. You can look at the top 10 layer 2s, and then you say, okay, what is their revenue model? How much money are they making? Right? That's why Unichain, which is now Uniswap's layer 2, is in place. You have Sonium, you have Wallchain, which was Wallcoin. The reason you want to look at this is when the trend shifts towards recognizing that layer 2s have a really good business model that generates revenue, and the revenue mechanic for layer 2s is literally the sequencer. Okay, a lot of people are debating whether it's centralized sequencer, base sequencer, whatever sequence. The sequencers are like it's like DoorDash and DoorDash as a company. The drivers who are dropping DoorDash, they're generating revenue for DoorDash, right? And like Uber, think about Uber or Lyft or whatever. So layer 2s, they are a good innovation. So I'm excited about the fact that, and to your point, if you look at the graph that I showed, the whales, right? You have Coinbase, they have like a futures contract submitted for SHIB, Chainlink, or the category that SHIB is in. It's not for your little guy, okay? And sorry, guys, this is not meaning like a jab to any little person. I'm just saying that the whales have accumulated SHIB. Now, the utility is next level. And the next level of it is Bitcoin went through that. Ethereum went through that. You have to go through the futures contract, something, there's 3 levels. You have to go through that before you get to spot ETF. Now, Gary made it nearly impossible to talk about any token at all getting in that list. So think about Paul Atkins, think about CFTC, and what is ahead of us. The whales are called smart money. They look ahead and they price in things based on the information they get. Zach said He knows some things that the regular person may not know, right? Think of whales that way. Whales have information that we don't have. They use the information to make decisions ahead of everyone. Now, with the benefit of crypto at the spaces that we have, we talk, you hang out, you learn, and you can trade on this information. So for me, what you and I would debate on why would somebody want to operate on layer 2 is a non-issue. Because think of it this way. The Shibarium, when Shibarium starts to generate revenue based on transactions, because the model is there, right? And if everybody jumps on the layer 2 wagon, they can onboard different companies on this. Think of Amazon. Amazon Seller Central, they have like over 1 million whatever people, right? And they're all over out there, right? Think about what Uniswap did. Before they released Uniswap V4, they have Unichain, right? But they put out a bounty, a bug bounty of about $15.5 million that anybody who's a hacker go for it. Show us the vulnerability. Who is going to put out $15 million and say, hey, go attack my chain? I mean, there are a lot of big money people behind Uniswap Labs. So they're looking at the future and they're looking at the regulatory environment. The next 4 years, guys, is going to be completely different from the 2021 era. Okay? And so it's up to you to determine who is going to win or who is going to actually capitalize on this change. And it's happening before us. So you have to be strategic. Put your money where you think will make you the most money, but do not ignore those who are building real stuff. Okay? And I think Shibarium is part of that layer 2 group. And if you want to learn about layer 2s, go look up what the sites that I just referenced and see what they're doing, what level of security they're at, how they're operating, their transaction volumes, and all of that. And you figure out the value that Shibarium may be having and the people that it may attract and what they could do on it, right? I don't know. This is just my speculation. You don't have to agree with me, but I think it makes sense for the long haul because the space is now competitive.
I agree.
And to win, you have to do well. You have to do better than just a meme coin, okay?
But
That is the meme coin, guys.
Mutasco, it's not easy enough for the average person to use it. It's not easy enough. Tokens are not fucking whitelisted. You have to import a token that says, do you really want to do this? This could be a scam, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just not easy enough right now. And right now, once you're talking layer 2s, like with Shibarium, like, once you're bridging, now you're creating literally there could be a problem with bridging because it's not technically bridging. You're literally just loaning it from that bridge, and that could be compromised too. So I honestly think layer 1s that are no bridging, low gas fee are going to be the true winners because they already have volume. They already have money. You don't have to move over. You know what I mean? Like, ask Mar to go fucking trade a token on Shibarium. If he doesn't figure out in 5 minutes, he's going to throw his phone against the wall and be like, why am I doing this? And that's why I go back to things have to be easy. And what is the incentive to move all of this liquidity over there? Yes, Ethereum is a great blockchain. It's safe. But once you go onto a different layer, then you do run the risk between the bridges. Do you know what I mean? So I understand
No,
what you're saying.
I agree with you.
But the average person doesn't know how to use these things. And the problem is you're not going to, this space moves so fast. If you can't capture that audience, the next best thing is going to blow right past you. 100%.
I think you made a good point about Shibarium needs its own phantom, right?
Yes.
I think you made that comment several times.
Yeah.
I think they should do that. And if they do that, it will be an easy onboarding. I saw Tsunami. I like the name. I saw her put it on up, and we just keep blobbing.
This is what should happen.
But I agree with you.
Yeah, they need the SHIB wallet. Right in there needs to be Shiba Swap, a bridge. And all these tokens that are launching on there need to automatically be whitelisted. You got to make things easy for the average person to use it. Because if they got to go to 10 different fucking sites, and you don't know if any of those sites are, you could be clicking on a wrong site and then you get dusted. I mean, there's too many variables for it to succeed at this moment I see. This is why I want to have a conversation with SHIB, but he won't show up. I guarantee he won't want to answer these questions, but I don't really care. We'll have fun with it anyways for that space. But I just think things need to be a little bit easier, more seamless, and really push the smaller projects on the chain. That is what people don't realize is Shiba Inu is completely separate. There's tons of money in that. I bet you 90% of the people in SHIB don't even know what Shibarium is. So I'm not worried about the SHIB token. They're there. They're already on exchanges. They're not going anywhere. It's the other side of things, the layer twos and stuff. I just don't see the incentive to go over there at the moment at all. It's too difficult, and there's no money. No big whale is going to move their money over to something that's not moving. I can't, like I said, I can't even get projects trending because there's no volume. And deck screener, if you don't have like at least $5 to $10 within 24 hours, it doesn't show your contract address or your pair address. And I was talking about that with Brian from PawChain. So even things I want to help them with, I can't. Like I want to get all these projects trending for free, even though they don't help each other. I know these projects don't help anybody. Everyone's in it for themselves. I get it. It's crypto, but that's not how you move when you hear other people on this space. I was listening to, forgot who it was that was talking about how they love other projects on Sui. It's just the vibe. I see Shiba Inu's broken, and everyone needs to, get off their high horse a little bit, let their ego down a little bit, have some fun, and kind of work together and bring this chain back to life. Because if not, it's going to fucking die, and it's going to die pretty fast. But you see these other chains, Sui, Solana, everyone's networking. You got Solbay might work with PawChain and promoting new token law. That's what I want to see on Shibarium, and I just don't see it. And there's definitely a few bad seeds in there. And it's like, dude, just help each other, push these things. And it also comes from the top pushing it. I don't care. I don't care when they say it's not our job, it's decentralization to help push it. Motherfucker, you built the chain. You should help all these projects. And that's how I feel. 100%. And I'll say how it is. I don't really care. But that's just the way I look at it. If you built the chain, it is your job to push it. Don't use this fake persona. No, you built it. You want it to succeed. Help everybody. Don't just help the top few tokens that you want to launch and make tons of money off the community. No, help everybody. Even the small guy that's only got 2K in liquidity. I know everybody's probably laughing at me. I'm going off on one today. I might save this for Friday space. I'm losing my breath. But I guess my point is I don't see the incentive to go over there with no money, really, as a big investor. At first, it was a little too late. Like, there's a lot of this stuff should have happened 2 years ago. Should have came out behind the fucking curtain and pushed the shit to the max. You know what I mean?
No. I disagree. Gary will lock you up. Okay, Gary Gensler will lock you up. So you see all these people popping out of nowhere now. There's a reason why they're free to do this now. Do you realize how insane the last 4 years has been? You can't even try to explain trying to sell something here. And we also know by law, even during the Obama administration, we have what we call the Jobs Act, which it didn't eliminate it, it had some nuances. The Jobs Act actually made it possible to do like unsolicited, like you can get on these spaces and sell something for crowdfunding. This wasn't unlawful in the United States. So I'm gonna vehemently disagree with you on that, because the thing is, something just changed, and everybody is trying to just catch the, like, oh my, is this real? And it's gonna take time, but I think most of these people were behind the curtain because for many reasons, right? So let's give them some time. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I think that, are you going to still have this whole prisoner's dilemma thing going on? Yeah, it's going to happen. There'll be some greedy people. You have individual rationality. You have collective irrationality. All these crap happens in everything. People are greedy. They want things for themselves. They can ruin everybody's life for their own selfish gain. You're not going to be able to stop that. But what I always respect is when people are consistent, no matter the chaos, and they just keep going. I want to support people like that. These grifters, I don't support them. Right? They just jump because they want money. They want Tsunami, please go ahead. We're gonna talk your head off.
Yeah, we could talk all day. I agree. I don't mean take the mask off and all that other bullshit. I don't really care about that. But when you're actively at ETH Toronto pushing your chain and stuff, and then it's just silence after, like, why now are you out there in spaces doing podcasts, all this shit? It's a little too late. That's my point is you in this game, you got one shot. And if you fumble it, you're going to be picking yourself up for the rest of your life. Or you can do the easy way out and launch more fucking tokens and call it something different. And that's just what I see. And I think there's going to be a delay to altcoin season because of what we're talking about, the saturation of tokens. There's not enough liquidity in the market to go around to make all these tokens pump, even on Ethereum. There's just not enough. Back in the day, they had SHIB, DOGE, that kind of stuff. But there wasn't 20,000 tokens launching a day. We're talking 4 years later, and things have changed. There's just people still don't have any money. And I see that. That's why I see a delay in the altcoin season. I think it's coming soon, but I just don't see it. I don't see that massive pump. I think those days are gone, honestly, because of the oversaturation in the market with tokens. And everyone thinks everything's going to the moon. Unfortunately, it's false. And if you didn't get in early, you're getting wrecked. So
Can I correct you a little bit on that one? As far as the numbers are concerned, meme tokens are just 4% of the total market capitalization in crypto. So just to bring that back in perspective, right? It can feel to us being in spaces and being close to the fire as if it's a big forest fire, while it's just a campfire. So that's just facts.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes you just gotta take a little distance and look at things and look at why you bought the meme to begin with, right? To go back to some basics.
Yeah.
And instead of getting involved and enjoy those basics, because there was a point where you were very happy and just revert back to that. And then all that technical utility and everything, that's not why people bought the meme in the first place.
I agree.
And I noticed from last bull run being a lot in altcoins because I'm a trader, and it was a lot in Discord. And I was buying a meme token and I got ostracized, right, and shamed for doing so. And I was like, look, that's why we have the memes. They are the counterculture. That's why the memes are there. They're counterculture, right?
I agree.
They're ones just like, so don't do that. Shame, shame. Well, guess what I'm doing now? I'm going to buy it because it's a lot more fun in their communities than the dried out stuff that we get here. Right? And we can laugh about something while our bags are down or up.
Right.
And have fun with it.
I mean, we're
And that's
literally
like
just
the essence. Yeah.
We're literally just trading against each other at this point. I'm taking from you to take from me. That's kind of where the market's at right now. Until we see, I think once the banks open the floodgates, I think a lot of projects will do well. But unfortunately, at this moment, I
well, you know,
altcoin season.
70% of the people leave crypto totally in the bear market. So we're just with the village.
Yeah.
And you know, and I hate the dunking on each other narrative. And that's why I love being on Sui, working together with the other meme tokens, having spaces together, because we're all just grabbing that volume when it comes, right? And it's going to be a lot. You know, people don't see how Bitcoin is performing and how that market cap, just by, let's say Bitcoin goes to like 110, it takes over gold in market cap. And still, it's just eeny meeny, minuscule compared to the stock market. So we're just so early, and it's just time, right, and patience. And a lot of people don't have that. And then again, bring it back in perspective. Where can you make this type of money? Simply by hodling a little bit of a diverse portfolio for a few years. Where? Tell me. By doing nothing. Can you get that on a savings account? Yeah, I don't think so. Right, but people get greedy, and you need to check yourself when you have greed. Becomes it comes from a lack mindset. It comes from a loser mindset.
Right,
because you're not lacking anything. Right,
that's why you need multiple sources of income, and then you don't get too greedy. Because if one thing doesn't work out, you have something to help you and back you up, and that's what I think that people in the space need too. Multiple sources of income will help you have a nice life, honestly. Because if you're really just banking on crypto to make you rich, unfortunately, it probably won't happen unless you know what you're doing or have some insider stuff. But
Well, you know, you can hit the jackpot definitely, but that's like randomizing in a casino. And is that good financial hygiene? No, because the mechanism that brought you to that happening, right, to doing that 1000x or crazy something, that mechanism is going to make you lose the money too, because you ate all you got into one thing, and then you're going to repeat that process. And but the odds are stacked against you.
I agree. And on that note, buy some tsunami.
That's it, right? Because look, you have strong tickers, you have strong names, and
I was
that's what draws it.
I was in a space. A Bitcoiner said that they went ahead and took a loan, a significant amount of money, and they bought Bitcoin at 40K, and then weeks later it went down to 16K. Okay, and the only reason why this person is still here and was saying some really great things is that he stayed in the game. He literally, like, imagine going to a bank, taking a loan. You have a conviction in Bitcoin, and we all know that Bitcoin is not going anywhere. You buy a 40K, and then right after you bought it, it came down to 16K. Right? Somebody put a meme out there about the SoftBank CEO who was standing next to Trump. He put like he sold Nvidia at about $1 billion, right? He sold $1 billion worth of Nvidia, and then Nvidia, after he sold, that same amount would have been $150 billion today, but he sold $1 billion. And then he dropped $500 million pledge or $1 billion pledge on OpenAI or some crap, some AI thing. We wake up the next day and some Chinese DeepSeek whatever crap said, hey, we can do this better for $1. Okay. And then his $500 billion pledge looked like a joke. So I think sometimes we think we know, but the market humbles us. And this is why I continue to stay in this space, because nobody knows Jack, right? And if you're playing this game, play with that mindset that, in fact, we all don't know Jack. But like you said, Tsunami, you said it even better, that where in this world, okay, would you be able to make the amount of money in the amount of time that we do in this space? Tell me, and
Tell
I'll
me
go
that.
with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Zero, none.
You're better in crypto with your bags down than outside of crypto at this point. That's the conclusion
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
So I always tell the story of my daughter, right? Who I made her buy crypto from her pocket money. You do some savings in your savings account, which I had to pay a negative interest on, by the way. So not happy with that. And then she just DCA'd into Jasmine, because she liked Jasmine. I said, pick a project. Here's some names. Go look at it. And then she came across a YouTube video where you needed what you need to become a Jasmine millionaire at a certain price, and then she was hooked, right? So she started to DCA more and more, and then she 40x'd on Jasmine. She's now 15. Where does a 15-year-old make that kind of money from pocket money? But she believed every dip that happened, she'd come in the room and was like, can I get an advance on my pocket money? Because I need to buy this dip, right? That's just, look, where can a kid do that? Tell me where. Their savings are negative. That's our next generation, right? You're better
There's
in
none.
crypto than
There's
they are.
none. There's none. I can tell you, like, for those that don't know, they continue to get fooled, and somehow they believe like there's this example between Coinbase's financial statement and DAI. Okay, MakerDAO. If you guys know, it's like a DAO, like kind of whatever. It's like Ethereum project, but it showed like, if you look at the top line, right, you make revenue, you take out your expenses, and you declare your profit. And they looked at MakerDAO versus Coinbase. Okay, don't put base in there, just use Coinbase. It's like a Web2 whatever, but it has crypto. And you look at the cost differential, it was significant, right? Because as you know, Coinbase has this technical overhead, their OPEX is like to the roof. So even though they could make $1 billion, a chunk of it goes out the door. And then you have another company that, like, for example, maybe a simple project in crypto. They have devs who are just literally just giving their knowledge because they love it, and they just creating interesting products. The space has so much efficiency that it's so scary for Web 2, because you know what would happen if everybody wakes up to it? There will be a capital flight from all these Web 2 stranded capital nonsense, right? You can't even take your own money out, even if you're smart enough to put, because we're all being conditioned on this. You have to have a certain level of income, you have to have a certain level of net worth to be able to participate in whatever. So we have all been conditioned about, okay, how about let's talk about knowledge test. If I can get value by learning about something, could I benefit from it? Okay, this is why meme coins make anybody in Silicon Valley look like a fool, because it's like, okay, you're going to raise $100 billion and you're going to build some sophisticated product, and then somebody's going to sit down within the weekend and spin off a code on open source, and then the next day it goes to $1 billion. And you're like, okay, what's the valuation? It means nothing to me. Well, it means nothing to you because you don't get it, right? This is what we're all swimming in right now, and we can't even understand it. When we're talking about these things, people, it literally blows people's minds. They're like, what are they talking about? But that's the reality of our lives right now. Guys, the things that I'm doing offline, because I'm thinking 5-10 years out. I'm trying to retool myself. Okay, I figured out a way to make money in real life, and that's what takes care of my family and all that. But crypto is a new ball game for me. I'm thinking about this like, this is insane. So I'm learning, I'm taking certifications and stuff, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't care for it right now, but I'm actually preparing myself, right? So what I always like to say is, people in crypto, you can own the asset, you can be part of a community, but you can also see credentials, right? Because what crypto is changing is, it's not like, this on-chain, they call it on-chain accreditation, right? Because it's all on-chain. You can see, you can validate it. Imagine getting a job based on your proof of work that nobody can debate on. It's on-chain and you can see it, right? And that's what sometimes crypto actually shows. And I think for all of us here, if we can continue doing, like, I like what Zach is doing, because the thing is, I've said this before, getting projects and highlighting them. And I like your new direction here, where you're adding like custom AMAs, because the education and the information is the unique part of crypto, right? On the other side, on Web 2, secrecy, opacity is how they succeeded for decades. You don't need to know, okay? Go work your 9 to 5 and we'll figure it out, okay? So the door is shut, and then they're just cooking and they're extracting fees out of you. Today, it's different. And when you start saying these things, it pisses them off. They're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, that's not real. Who cares? I don't care if you think it's real or not. I'm just trying to be early here and own as much as I can. It's like watching rocks and knowing that, the story about the Gulf, I think it was the desert. They see oil and they're like, oh, oh my God. And nobody even knew what oil was going to be used for. And today oil is like a global commodity. And so I hope people find their groove here. Okay. I wish everybody the best of luck. But like you said, Tsunami, I think we need people who can actually think in this space also, right? We can also have the exotic islands, right? People can come and do whatever they want, throw tequila bottles around. That's cool. But when the party stops, you're going to find out, okay? But we can't say that, oh, utility is not a thing. No, 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 no. I'm not going to jump on that, okay? Because I know this is real, okay? And that's just my choice.
When your body stops, that's it, bro.
Will you come here? Why don't you?
Hey, I'm live. What's up, guys?
I thought we hijacked the plane, and we're like just going.
Holy shit! Oh man.
Where did this conversation go, huh?
I honestly, I paused and made a video for 8 minutes. I made an XRP video. It's coming out on YouTube here. Make sure you guys watch it. And then I came back and I heard tequila bottles flying around and bodies stopping, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Hey Zach, I do want to say one thing.
What's up, Mark?
To the lady with the girl that did a 40x on a meme coin.
No, it
you
wasn't
know-
a meme coin. It was actually she needed to do like a project, right? So she
Oh,
chose
okay.
Jasmine. That's not a meme coin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, I've heard these stories before, mostly on meme coins, and I normally go out there and say, look, the richest people in this, and the most successful people that I've met in this industry understand the tech, from 0 to 100, like perfectly. They understand each blockchain, the tech on everything, and that's something that I'm doing with a friend of mine, a young kid. I'm showing him the tech before he even invests. Understand a little bit of psychology and all that, and of course, he does his little mean trading there, the coins and all that stuff. And but I really want him to understand blockchain technology and all the stuff. And so because I truly believe that the coins are it for now. The tokens, yeah, we are
Well,
against them.
look, it's based on belief, and if utility helps you believe, then great,
Yeah.
right? But the whole Bitcoin thing is based on belief.
Yeah.
So
But I've always
but it's a
said,
great way to monetize, so the next generation can monetize themselves without being gatekept by banks or by uh, money in the system, right? So fiat money is really literally out the door. I don't know where you guys are from. I'm from the Netherlands, and here we get incentives like for you. You get 20 euro worth of Bitcoin if you do this. I can now order out dinner and I can pay in Bitcoin. Not that I want to. I'd rather pay in fiat because I gotta get rid of that and keep my Bitcoins. But I can pump gas and pay in Bitcoin. So adaptation already is creeping in here. Taxes are being, the rules around taxes are being rearranged around this whole crypto thing. Right?
Hey,
So,
Suinami, can I just speak to that? It's great, crazy you brought that up. So,
yeah.
really cool thing happened last night. Actually, it was really cool. I went on the local news where I live. Somebody reached out and they wanted my insights on on crypto taxes being accepted in the state that I live in. And it was so funny because they had a clip of the senator in the state I live in and then a clip of me, and our opinions were so different. And it was so funny because the senator was like, "Oh yeah, this is a great thing. Like, you could pay with Bitcoin for your taxes." And if you have half a brain, you sit there as a retail investor, you're like, "Wait a minute. You just want my Bitcoin. You just want my Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Wait
exactly.
a minute. This isn't a great thing. You want to steal my Bitcoin because I got to pay my taxes no matter what. I'm going to give you these filthy old, wrinkly old,
I'll give you
smelly
monopoly
dollars.
money, right?
And
Monopoly money.
it was funny because my clip was, I was basically, that's basically what I said. I mean, I wasn't that rude about it, but I was basically just saying like, hey, if I had the choice, when I go get my Starbucks coffee, I don't want to pay in my Apple stock. I want to pay in my dollars. Same thing here. When I pay my taxes, you can take my dollars. You're not taking my Bitcoin. And it was kind of cool how they set it up because they were like, here's the senator in the state, they want your Bitcoin, and then here's this idiot YouTuber, he's saying, don't give him your Bitcoin. I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, that's exactly right because they want your Bitcoin now. And because they are now also into the knowledge that some days only 2 Bitcoins are minted. Everybody forgets that. Everybody forgets that Ethereum is deflationary. Some people are in crypto for years, don't even know this, right? Though it's hauling, it's doing that mechanism in the bull run, right? Because it's gas related. But a lot of people don't understand these mechanisms, and this is just going to stay, and it's going to take maybe 10 years more 20 years more, don't care, right? The dot-com thing happens. Non-believers, everybody's like, scam, not going into that. And then, before we'll know it, 20 years later, everybody's using social media. Everybody's using, bank payments, all digital, right? And everybody was like, I'm not going to go. It's just a number on the screen. I want my money in my pocket. Well, guess what, right? So, just for the next generation to really build on blockchain, can monetize themselves in whichever way they want to. This is what, if you have a lack mindset, consider this instant wealth creation. You can go or move, pump fund, whatever. Do a meme token. I mean, proved it before. It's meritocracy. We're going back. If you have something that is worth something, boom, wealth creation, right? So never think of this lack mindset again. And it just goes in waves. That's what it does, So just relax, right? Don't be emotional about it on the daily. You're not here for today. You're here for when it made gains. That's it. And you believe until then. Let's go.
My kids own XRP and XLM. I remember when I bought it for them, and recently when it did the run it did, I sat my wife down and I showed them, and my son, he's 8, but the excitement for me though is that so happy that I get to make that decision. Okay.
Is it just for me, or are you cutting out badly?
Yeah, I think it's rugging a little bit. Can you guys still hear me?
I can still hear you. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
that my Tasco is.
Okay. Yeah, I think Matasco is rugging a little bit, but guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I know we have a meeting. I have a meeting here in about 10 minutes, so I got to jump and take that call. But amazing space, and thank you to all of our sponsors today. As we wrap it up, we'll be back tomorrow, of course, to close out the week, 9:30 to 11:30 tomorrow morning. But shout out to Solbay. They have an amazing tool that they're working with. Obviously, with the emergence of AI, their chart looks great. Go check them out. We're happy to have them on Thursdays here for a couple more weeks still too. So they will be joining us even a few more weeks out here. Shout out to them and shout out to Bitcoin on Base. Brian from Bitcoin on Base. They didn't come up today, but they've been huge supporters of the Crypto Breakfast Club. We're so happy to be, I guess, officially working with them now. And Brian from Paw Chain as well. They've been longstanding partners of ours here on the Breakfast Club. And Suinami, of course, they have been partners here on the Crypto Breakfast Club. Great to see their chart pumping today. And just shout out to all the great people, all the great communities, all of you for showing up and adding, contributing, or maybe just even listening in and doing the work behind the scenes and talking about crypto. And I think that's really what it's all about. We all have a role to play here, and let's continue the good fight and moving forward. So appreciate everybody again. Have a great rest of your day. And I just launched that XRP video. I think it's a pretty good one. Go check it out. I just launched it over on YouTube. So if you guys want to go show some love over there, that'd be awesome. And smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.